Guess who's visiting the White House today? Today, February 4th, 2025, marks the deadline to begin negotiating Stage 2 of the Israel-Hamas ceasefire, aimed theoretically at ending the 16-month-old genocidal war in Gaza. More importantly, for Prime Minister Binyamin Netanyahu and his entourage, scurrying between meetings with newly inaugurated Trump administration officials in Washington, D.C., is the fact that Mr. Netanyahu, despite the official charges of fraud, breach of trust, and bribery filed against him in Israel as far back as November 21, 2019, and in spite of the arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Court, the ICC, for him and his defense minister, Yoav Gallant, for committing acts of murder, persecution, and starvation as a weapon of war against the civilian population of Gaza, President Trump, unfortunately, deemed it politically and ethically appropriate to meet with the controversial Israeli Prime Minister at the White House today. What is Mr. Netanyahu seeking at the White House? First, there is no full harmony between Israeli and American objectives for today's summit. President Trump would like to see full implementation of the American-sponsored ceasefire agreement barely holding in Gaza. He does not consider it his war and would rather not get dragged into it as his predecessor did, that's President Biden, to the tune of $28 billion over the past 16 months. Prime Minister Netanyahu, on the other hand, is a bit more ambitious and a lot more demanding. He announced before his departure from Ben Gurion Airport that he was heading to Washington to redraw the map of the Middle East with Trump's help, as he put it. Second, Mr. Netanyahu is in Washington to achieve the exact opposite of Trump's objective with regards to his own Gaza deal. As Israeli political commentator Amir Tebon put it, Netanyahu came to Washington to kill the ceasefire deal and blame it on Hamas. Tebon asked the ultimate question: will President Trump let Netanyahu outsmart him and undermine the deal? Third, Mr. Netanyahu knows better than anyone else, including President Trump and his entourage of Netanyahu fans, that Israel failed to achieve its main objective in Gaza, i.e., to eliminate the military and political capabilities of Hamas. The Israeli Prime Minister is here seeking Trump's support to rectify that shortcoming by ousting Hamas from the ceasefire process in order to avoid dealing with its return to power in the Gaza Strip sometime in the future. And finally, the Machiavellian Netanyahu would like for Trump to protect his back should the talks indeed collapse, as he expected, and as expected by many analysts, in Stage 2 by placing full blame on Hamas for scuttling the deal and resuming the war as earnestly pursued by Netanyahu, his coalition partners, as a goal not necessarily shared by the Trump administration. Today, at the White House, according to Ben Samuels of Haaretz, Trump will show Netanyahu who is the boss. I'm not as optimistic as Ben Samuels, but ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt.